What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the quote-unquote Swift Special, which is Metal Face Light, Bakushin Leone, 85 Metal Flat. Now, I want to start off with a disclaimer. I am not claiming to have invented this combo. I went onto the winning combo list, and I was just, looking for any traces of people that used Bakushin on Metal Flat. I asked Cake for help since he's been around for a very long time. And the only traces we found was in India. In 2014, there was variations of this used. I can't remember if this exact variation was used, but there was like Bakushin Leones, Bakushin with other clear wheels, different face bolts, 90 MF, 100 MF, that kind of stuff. So this thing was used, but I will say, in credit to myself, I did come up with this on my own without having any of that reference. It was heavily inspired by TSO's Jade Wing 105 Metal Flat, and then also just my local meta running things like Gravity CH120 Metal Flat and Lightning on Metal Flat that I wanted to beat. And this thing came to my mind, and I did a whole bunch of testing with it, and it did very good. So I guess it's kind of been known as the Swift Special now. I just wanted to start with a disclaimer saying I'm not claiming to have invented this combo, but I would like to say that I do believe that I helped pioneer it. So yeah, let's get started why it's good. So first of all, Bakushin's shape is sloped like this, which is why I use Leone as the clear wheel. I guess the Metal Face Light adds some weight without damaging the stamina too much. The Leone, as you can see, just lines up super good with Bakushin, making it even more of a wall. A speed bump, if you will. And as you can see, it also has overhang, hanging low. So I use the 85 track and then the metal flat tip. Metal flat is in the tall tip category, so it doesn't scrape, but it also is very short and very defensive. So not a lot of things can get under this. So yeah. Like I said earlier, this was designed to be able to beat Gravity CH120 Metal Flat, which was very prominent at the time when I first got into competitive in 2021. And then also, Jay was running a Lightning R145 Metal Flat combo. This thing absolutely crushed it, by the way. So, the reason that this wins against those taller combos, or taller staller combos, is even when this is in 120 height, to be honest, but when these meet on the ridge, especially left spin, as you can see, Bakushin goes right under it. So as Bakushin gets pushed down into the stadium, keeping it in the stadium, these go flying out of the stadium. And that's where it got the nickname as the Angry Speed Bump. Another thing that it's really good at is KOing Meteo. So Meteo, being able to KO Meteo isn't anything special. But, for something that's not attack-oriented, Bakushin's not very good at attack. It has a couple of these really minor points, but otherwise it's very defensive. But Meteo's underside is very recoily, so this thing can get under and can just chuck this thing out of the stadium. Super easy. Especially because this thing usually can't outstall Meteo. Gets very close, but as soon as it touches, Meteo wins. So this can KO Meteo. The other thing that I personally have success with, and other people I know have, or at least a couple other people I know who have had success with, is outstalling Flame 230 CS. I've done it in tournament, and I've also done it in all my testings, even against other people. It can outstall Flame 230 Metal Bull, I want to make that clear, but it can outstall Flame 230 CS very consistently. I've also been able to outstall Earth 90 CS pretty consistently as well. It does, you do have to kind of balance it, make sure it is smooth and working good, but it works. So the other thing that I have seen lose, I just watched Red Ninja's tournament footage, shout out Red Ninja, that was a super good video, but he was losing to Meteo F230 GCF, and I've never gone up against that specific combo, but every single time I face Gravity F230 GCF, I've completely destroyed it. So this thing usually can just KO it off the ridge. Metal Flat catches the ridge better than GCF or Circle Flat. And then Gravity can't spin steal off. This is too short. So if you have a really good stall, you should be able to win. And I am 4-0, I believe, against Gravity F230 GCF. So yeah. So this also does very good against tall attack types. I'll just use gravity purse. Again, just imagine this has a rubber tip and that this is like Pegasus or something. Same concept. It gets under it. The Beyblade tries to hit down hard enough, but Bakushin stays in, and then the attack type either dies, or if it stays in, Bakushin just outspins it. So, yeah, one thing that I have seen, and I want to touch base on really quick, is I don't see anybody light launching this. Now, you got to remember that this is on metal flat, so you can light launch this. I'm not talking like super weak to where like 2 hits will just make it scrape and then die. I'm talking, this doesn't need to be hugging the ridge. This can be just going around, fairly passively, and it will tank way more hits. I really encourage people to try that because it really works, and I've had very good success with it, and so many people else in the Midwest has had a lot of success with this. One of its weaknesses is low attack, and obviously I learned that the hard way when I got destroyed at Beyblade Midwest Unlimited. It was the first time I didn't place in a tournament. It was brutal. But yeah, people switched to low attack, just absolutely obliterated this. And that's where I learned I need to start weak launching. And, I'm not saying it's the answer to just completely making yourself KO prone, but it will surely help. What else is this thing good at? So, it can't really KO anything unless I guess you're super good or get really lucky. It can KO Meteo because of Meteo's underside. It beats Jade as well if you do the ditto with Jade, low track metal flat. I actually tested this with TSO because she didn't really understand the Bakushin hype, so I showed her, and she has reverted to Bakushin over Jade now because Jade has a very recoily underbelly. Let me grab it really quick. So even when this is on metal flat, Bakushin just gets under and then just really destroys Jade. One thing I will say is Bakushin's stamina is very underrated. It was kind of an overlooked wheel from the way Think made it sound when they were making Limited, or not making Limited, when it first came out, because I think people thought it would be just an attack wheel. But then they discovered it was good at defense, but what people don't realize is that it actually has very good stamina. So people wanting to run Burn on Metal Flat over Bakushin, I highly encourage you to rethink your life choices because, Burn can outstall maybe a few more things, but if you can practice stalling and you are good at it, you can watch my videos, you can outstall Flame 230, you can KO Meteo, you can tank attack types, you can tank these, you can destroy Gravity F230 GCF, all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's the Swift Special, or Bakushin Leone 85 metal flat. I really encourage people to try it out, and just try weak launching it. I really haven't seen people weak launching it, but I promise it puts in some work. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and test this combo out. It's really cool. Peace. Oh, don't use the mid-fake metal flat. That will not give you good results. I just want to make that clear. The mid-fake screw, fine. It's supposedly heavier than the TT screw or Hasbro screw, but the metal flat is horrendous. It's shorter, it's skinnier, it does not stall. So, yeah. Peace.